Express order showed up. And don't worry, Brew Tank, and some of you guys missed my live streams. I'm going to start doing them later, but I wanted to do this one now and let you know to tune back in later tonight. I'm just going to unbox these real fast, and then we'll come back later tonight and talk about them because I'm going to do another unboxing whenever my Tacklewarehouse order gets here. But it was delayed. It's supposed to be here like last Friday. It's supposed to be here today for sure, but it hasn't made it yet. But you guys know the deal. I got a bunch of stuff from AliExpress. So I wanted to get it out here. I'm anxious before I go to the gym. I want to get it out and look at it all. You guys know the deal. They send a lot of stuff all packaged together. So we got a bunch of different individual packages and boxes and stuff to get to. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bunch. 5. 6 and 7. So 7 things. Let me move them out of the way so I'll have room to even get in here, and I'll have to get the maid to clean up later. I'm just going to unbox everything in this video. Stay tuned later tonight. I'm going to come back and do another live stream because I got to. You'll see as I go why I'm going to come back later tonight. I'm going to try to push for. We're in Chiefs territory, so the Midwest, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. About 2 hours from now, I'll come out and do a live stream with that other unboxing, and then you'll see what I've done with some of these baits. So I'm just going to start with this little guy, the little flat packages. I'm going to start with a couple of them first. There's 3 or 4. But we've got some other knockoffs, and I just want to talk about this one real quick. I got the other one outside soaking in the sun, tried to get it to fade a little bit. I'll see how that's going. Don't know for sure yet. But let me just get my knife. Okay, got a knife? Oh, yeah. My knives are always funny looking. That knife's cut way too many pieces of Lexan. Let's get my big knife out. Get the big knife. So, yeah. We're going to get a start looking at what did we order from AliExpress. Oh my goodness, look at that little jewel. Now this is a knockoff of something. I'm not sure exactly what. But that looks good. Just glancing at it. Oh God, I want to get it out. But I got too much to do. That is a good looking bait. Look at that paint. That paint compared to this paint. This paint, yeah, it's just not the great. And this is a better looking one. You can just tell it's a cheaper paint job. You know, this one's a very good matte finish. I mean, this is glossy and all, but it just doesn't look like it. You can kind of tell once you've had enough. This one looks good. It's got a matte finish. I know it looks like a baseball. That's what I thought first time I looked. I'm going to pull it out. I can't take it. This is going to take as long as it's going to take, but then I do have to go. That's just a cool looking little bait. Oh no, it broke. Oh wait, it didn't. What is that? Oh, is it also a walking bait? I know nothing about this bait. I saw it, it looked cool. So I'm taking it, got another lip and pull that one out. Oh, sounded like it broke. Well, for the record, those will not stay in. They need like if something broke off of that or it's supposed to pop, but I just barely pulled on it and it went tink. So I'm taking it, this one's supposed to be like a walking bill. So you put that on, then it like walks. I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm probably going to glue one in and just call it a day. But pretty cheap bait. Looks very good. I like that whitish bone color. It's hard to tell. On camera, it's probably looking whiter than it is. It's kind of a ghosty gray. Look good. All right, let's keep going. All right. I am not going to probably keep opening all the packages. I'm going to unbox it and then I guess we'll look at the ones that are interesting, but I'm trying to just get it all out here so you guys can see what I got and then come back later tonight and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Okay, here's the ones that I was curious about. So these are the other Megabass knockoffs. This was the big dude, Battalions, another name, I forget the name of these exactly off the top of my head, but these all, I'm actually very let down. They do not look as good. This color looks good, but definitely the Megabass knockoffs, these are not the same anywhere near the quality of even looking close to the paint, or I'm sure of any of the Megabass stuff. The reason I'm let down is because I know I shouldn't keep going down these rabbit holes, but other Megabass knockoffs actually look pretty good. If you guys remember when I first got these, and I cut them a little bit to make them move more. But those Megabass swim bait knockoffs were actually not, they just looked a little better made. These look cheap. That paint looks very chromy, cheap. Like, if I saw that up at a tackle store sitting somewhere, that's like a, well, what I gave for it. It's like, they're just cheap. Now, I will fish everything. I don't just look at it and throw it away. I'll take it out and fish it. I'll see how I think, what I think of it, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not impressed with those so far. So far, we're going downhill. The blade fell off the one. It was a good-looking paint job. Those do not look good. Let's see. Let's keep trying our luck. Let's try our luck. Fortunately, these were only like a few dollar bait. These were like $4 a piece. These were like, I think I gave $6.50 for all three of those. So if they work at all, if the swimming looks okay, I don't really care about the paint job, but we'll find out. Okay, so here we go with our rattle trap type baits. So they're kind of small. Let me get them all out before I poked myself. Give you a take on the paint. Should be 6 of these, I think. So, kind of cheap, maybe not as cheap looking as that, but that's a good color. That is actually a good color. And that is they're good colors. They don't look that bad, and they're pretty cheap too. Throw some of the crap away. Now, I'm sure you guys know the exact bait that this is a knockoff of. I've seen it before, but I've never owned any, and I can't remember the name of what these are knockoff of, but that is not what I was hoping for the color. I was hoping it'd be a little bit lighter, but that would probably catch a fish too, certain times of the year. That color looks good too. So all these, yeah, I like that color too. Kind of a different bluegill bassy colors. Is what I was thinking with those three, and then you can hardly ever go wrong with the bait with gold and white, a little bit of a orangish red hit, and then of course this is like our peanut butter jelly, purple hazy, Tennessee shad? I don't know, several colors that are close to that, and then of course it doesn't hurt to have a craw. That red sometimes does real good. So yeah, I think we got one more of baits, and I think we got a few reel parts. So let's keep going. We're making good time. We're going to have this done in 15 minutes, maybe. Okay, here's the bait I've been really looking forward to. The other ones were pretty cheap. This is like a $10 or $12 bait. So I'm anxious to see just what this is. Godzilla Innovative. That other bait was called Godzilla too. Organ-controlled aquafire. So this is basically a type of this. That's why I pulled that one out earlier. Let's see what we got. I know I'm not going to really open all of them, but this one I was very curious. I'd never seen one quite like these two when I first spotted them. But then this dude looks very interesting because it's got this. Like, is it just me, or is that kind of a guard to bounce it off? I don't know. It looks like that screw is like not all the way in there, but that may be the way it's supposed to be to take this in or out. I don't know. But yeah, this bait, and it feels very light. Like, this feels crazy light. Let's check the, so yeah, it's kind of a spring-loaded. Oh, you can go like way that way. The other one is more like the opposite. So I can go down, I can go this way, or I can go that way, which counters what it, like this bill should be kind of flat. That's kind of weird. I don't know. These are, I'm anxious to just get them out and just see what they swim like. If you guys remember right, I've got a that test pit that's real clear water. You stand like way high up. I do some cast tests, like distance tests, and then I test baits to see how they swim or if they hunt or what it takes to make them hunt. This tail doesn't really look like it's on too good. That looks kind of funky. I don't know if it's supposed to stick out if they molded it wrong. Hook is sharp. It's stuck in me. So yeah, these two. This one's way bigger and heavier. Still like regular. You probably don't have to have any kind of swim bait rod or anything for this. This you could throw on. You could probably throw that on BFS. That feels very light. Like I would think, like my Kind Teton, the 6'6" Kind Teton, will fling that thing like it's nobody's business. And those hooks, look at them. Them hooks are not big. I don't have a. No, I don't really have a bait to show right now, but those are like small, even small. Those are like jerk bait size hooks. They're not real thick. This would definitely take a, medium heavy, or probably bigger to really get a good hook set. Not so much for those. Okay, now let's keep going. I've got two. One says Kawa, one says Gomexus, and this one nothing. So I'm gonna open the nothing first. I think that's all the baits, though. Maybe not. We should have reel parts coming now. That's actually what I was most anxious to get to because I can actually do something with those. These I can just look at. The reel parts that are coming in, I can actually start doing something with. Okay, let's. Oh yeah, here they are. They're here. Oh my God, they're here. They're here. They made it. I probably should have bought the company, but I just bought a few handle assemblies, the Gomexus, because I love the other one. So I bought two of the smaller ones because I'm going to try. I'm just trying them out. One thing I'm trying just to see what the weight feels like. What's going on, John? But these are the 88 millimeters. So if you're familiar with the DRT varial handles, they sell like an 87, then a 90 or 95, and then 100, bigger, all that. So these, you can tell that one's all the screws are falling out, but this one's still intact. See how they all comes with whichever one to fit your reel. And then there's spacers in there somewhere to set it to where it matches up to your reel. And then it gives you the nut to tighten it down with. It gives you another wrench, which I have one from my original one, wherever it's at. Yeah, so these, they fit on some of their knobs, and they fit the handle itself to tighten it down. Shall we get one out? Let's get one out of the package that's already jacked. Just to show you guys, and I'll show you what it looks like on the actual. Get one out of the package. I was kind of nervous. This feels heavy. I'm like, oh God, that thing's going to be a monster. But it's because it comes with the wrench and all the other stuff. It just made it feel like that thing's going to be heavy. That thing feels light. How light is it? Let's just find out. Oh, look. A scale right there. That's just a handle assembly. Now it does have the nut and a couple screws, so 15.3 grams, like that. So it's going to be a little more, but just to get kind of close to, like here's just a regular 90 millimeter. Yeah, so here's a 90 millimeter. So 14.2. That's just a not really standard, but like the standard heavy ones. because I don't have the knobs off of it, but there's what the zillions come with. So it's probably roughly the size of the zillion. Of course, this one doesn't have any of the nut to hold it or the screws in it, but just to show you the difference, what you can get with carbon fiber. Yeah, 9.1 grams. So probably would be about 10. So these are a little thicker, made a little better, 15, but that's really not a huge difference for a, stout, cool looking. And you can see in there, it's got the little thing for the Shimano's already in there. So for my reels, I'll need to take all that out and then adapt it over to look like, because the thing is, and I'll show you the difference in size. Here's what the first Gomexus, like that style I tried, was on my, and this is the big boy here. So I got one for the swim bait. And so you can see this one will be, shorter. If I wanted to try one for, my other reels, it's not going to be swim bait. So when you center them up, 87 to 100 really isn't a big long stretch. But when you go like from 80 to 110, that's huge. But 88, you're close to 90. So 12 more millimeters, which is 6 on either side. But this feels nice for swim baits. It just has a good feel. So I was curious about putting them on my, because here's a 95. And then here's what comes stock on, I think all of the Steez reels now, which is 85, I think. So this is going to be a little bit longer than that, but still not quite 90, not quite 85. Perfect size, right? I better here. Let me shut that off. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm not sure. Here's the other. This should be the knobs I ordered. Oh boy, where's my knife? Should be the knobs I ordered, I think. I have no idea what's in that Kawa. Oh, I know what's in there. So I got other handles. Oh my God, it's going to be an awesome unboxing. Even before Tacklewarehouse showed up. Oh my God. That was a strong piece of tape. So here, oh yeah, I guess I should be mentioning this. Now, I don't share the links and none of that. You guys can track them down on AliExpress. AliExpress is where all this stuff comes from. So you can go to AliExpress and search reel handle, Gomexus handles, and you'll come across all this stuff. So I also got these, which if you just saw on that handle I had, what came on it. Cork now, I guess now is as good a time as any. Anyway, go to AliExpress. You can find all these. These I want to say were $17.95 each. I think. Don't quote me 100%. But that right now they had a few left. You can go find them. One store anyway had them for $26.99 right now. I think I paid either $26 or $29. But for a good looking working aluminum handle, and yes, the I guess I was going to make a video the other day. These will fit on Shimano and Daiwa. This one looks to be that all the knobs will fit on this one, Daiwa or Shimano. The bigger one, it's got a longer, And then, so what I did was I can actually take that, this is a handle off the Zillion, but it's got different knobs that take like 2 bearings like Shimano's in here. And so I could put this adapted to the Gomexus on the big one, the 100 millimeter. And then I could take this knob and I put it on this one and it does fit. But if you had a Daiwa, you got to watch which ones. This one will work. The Shimano's, I don't think I have any Shimano's. Ever Garcia, they're on their own. They're all by themselves. I don't have a Shimano to show you, but the Shimano's, this part is up more, and Shimano's go in deeper before they put a bearing. So if you try to put a Daiwa on a Shimano, you would literally have to run, because the extra distance is about the size of a bearing, you'd have to run the inside with no bearing and just one bearing on the outside, and they do not feel right, in my opinion. That's the only way to run Daiwa on Shimano. Shimano's can cross over to Daiwas, is what I found. Proper shimming and all that. So that's a quick little thing. So anyway, these, and then I'm going to move on to the final package, and then I'm going to get out of here. I know, I've skipped the gym 2 days in a row. Saturday and Sunday, I didn't need that gym. That gym definitely didn't need me, so I didn't go. It feels heavy. There must be a lot of stuff in here. Oh, parts inside. Look, it says right there. You guys didn't know I could speak Chinese, did you? And read Chinese. I do. So you get another wrench, and then bearings for the, oh boy, I'm gonna let it go. I hardly ever save any boxes, just so you guys know. So we got this, and then it does have a clear, just like your cork on almost all your rods and all that stuff come, that will need peeled off. Or if you're the real test, usually leave it on for years, but not me. Not here. I will be peeling that off. But I forgot to mention in this video, you're probably wondering, those don't look exactly like the ones you just showed us. Because I don't like that real ball feel as much as I do. So if you look, I did sand those down. You can take it to where it, I don't know, that feels way more comfortable. And I wouldn't say it's easier to grip, but it just feels more comfortable in my hand, a little smaller feeling, and it just feels good. So whatever I utilize these for, we'll probably get the same thing. And that's pretty simple. I'll show you the little trick. I know, it's supposed to be a quick unboxing. You guys know. If you're familiar with the show, you guys know the deal. Nothing's ever quick, simple, and easy with me. But I modified a little Dremel thing like this. It's real simple, and because I don't have a lathe, most of you guys are probably like, Charlie, I have no lathe to like mill down or do none of that fancy stuff like you're doing over there in your workshop. But it's really not that hard. So what I did was I took my Dremel, okay, and just one of those, that's all it is. This one's definitely chewed up. And so then I took basically this, and you're going to want to, I probably need to redo that tape. That's just regular masking tape. But I take this where it, it pushes down and on, and then you tighten the screw like you would to tighten up the sanding disc or whatever. So when I tried it by itself, it wobbles too much, and you got to be careful. So you got to get to where this goes down, and then you're only left with so much of the. So then you add the tape as tight as you can get it where that barely slides on. And then the trick is, it was harder to do with these because you got to put that on. The trick is with a lot of these other corks you see is I slide, and you could even reshape these if you wanted to. So the end I'm wanting to work with, I slide closest down to the deal. So I would put, like if I just wanted to smooth these down a little bit. So say I wanted to, just bring that sharp edge off, I would actually put it on what would be considered technically the right way. I'm going to put this on and then probably leave it just to show you. So I would stick that on, and then I would stick it on here and just push down as far as it goes, and then tighten with the screwdriver, tighten that up to where it's snug. And then when I turn on the Dremel, then I take just a piece of sandpaper. Now if you've got a big something you want to whittle down, you can actually use a drill bit, which I've got one over there, kind of taped up on one end where I can hold it by hand. And I use it like a cutting thing, like if you put one on a lathe, and then I'll get it a little close, but never, don't take off more because you can't put any back on. But then just sanding whatever, probably start around 60, 80 grit, but worked up to what I usually do is I just get it close, and then I get like my 180, 220 or something, and then just kind of resurface the whole thing. But you can do that with foam, with cork. Just be careful. But if you ever like don't like the way, you know, you want to take the edge off of something or whatever, instead of trying to sit here and do it by hand, because it always ends up wonky looking. It still may not look perfect, but that's where let me show you. Let me show you. That's how I shaped, because they were real round looking. The ones you'll see on AliExpress, you'll find the ones that are kind of have almost like a ball to them, also these smaller ones. But I shaped those to where it's just comfort. Like when you grab it, nothing's poking you or whatever, because even these Abu Garcia ones, which I'm about ready to maybe take off, I thought I could just leave them alone, but oh, yo, look out. Got a rod falling. Look out. Gold Max on a Mega Bass handle. Like these that come on our Abu Garcia, they're almost like pointy on the edges, and that just, it honestly does not feel right. It feels like, you know, it's not going to poke you. It's not, but it almost has a sharp feel to it. I don't really like that. So anyway, I know enough about that. Let's go. We got one more box, and then I got a bunch of mess to clean up when I get back, and I'll have a whole nother package. But all you really need is a Dremel, that, some tape, and a little bit of know-how, and then some sandpaper and a drill bit or two. Doesn't take a lot to reshape some of these knobs and handles and stuff like that. Coming from AliExpress now. I don't know about other stuff. All right, we got one more. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, here we go. These I may not like. I just took a hope and a prayer, whatever, wing and a prayer, whatever I did it, and the maid is gonna be mad. They look a little bigger than I thought they would. So I got these, hoping, and I have no idea if I like them, if they'll interchange, because I don't want this long a handle. Look how long the handle is. But these were cheap. I want to say these were like $6.95. These were crazy cheap for, I really was going to hope that the handles will fit on possibly these, or the knobs would fit on those handles, and go from there. Because what I found was I could find, everywhere I found just these, they were sold out, but I could find the whole assembly for maybe $1 more than the knobs would cost separate. So I'm like, I'll just buy the whole assembly and just go from there. So as you see, it comes with a little adapter, Shimano, Daiwa, whatever. It's almost right on time. Well, hang on, I'm almost done. We got to go to the gym. I've already let the folks at home know I got to be going, and I'll come back and do another one tonight because I got another package due. But look at all the stuff I just got. Look at it.
My package?
What'd you get?
I got eyelashes.
Eyelash. Girl, nobody wants to know. Fake eyelashes.
Okay, here.
We're all about the real deal here. So look at this thing. It's got little notches. I don't know if I like that or not. Like I just showed you, if I put on the thing, I can just smooth it back down to be better if I want. So these are roughly, they're about the same size. These are a little bit bigger around. That's kind of cool. I definitely like the looks. I'm hoping they'll fit on a narrower, because these are, and this one's the same thing, just a darker. If you guys can see, I was curious what they see. This is more just like almost a polished aluminum, and that's got that like gunmetal type smoked look, which I think I like these better, especially if I'm going to put them on any of my Steez reels. I would like those, but it's a possibility. Let's just take a gander. I got to go. Tell you what, I'm going to be back. We're going to take these roughly around 6 o'clock. So in the meantime, I'm probably going to, when I get back from the gym, before I even shower, I'm probably going to go ahead and see if these will fit on these, what will fit on what, and that kind of thing. So when I come back, I'll be able to tell you guys, and we'll look more at the baits and the stuff from, hopefully it gets here, the stuff from Tacklewarehouse. And we'll also talk about this thing. There's a video of me testing it out. It's so huge, takes up so much space in my box. I'm thinking about not. I like the Z-Man Frog or the Booyah Pop and Pad Crasher. This thing does look pretty lifelike, but I don't know if you need that lifelike look. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I want to worry about having a place for it in my tackle box. If I do, just real quick, and then I'm out of here. I'll probably store it with these. I think I glued these on. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, because other than, I guess I just need to toss it in a box out of the way and see if it holds its form, because it's kind of that material that I feel if I don't have it stuffed in there like that, it'll come out and definitely swim all wonky. But it doesn't swim bad. But anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff when I come back. So thanks for watching this one, a little 30-minute video. John, hope to see you back. Brew Tank, if you watch this at any time, come on back and save your comments and stuff for the next video when I do a live stream. It should be longer, probably at least a half hour, maybe an hour, and we'll see what... These are actually nice. If you guys were looking for a big, wonky power handle assembly, which let's compare the size and then I'm out of here. So not as big as that crazy Abu Garcia one I had. But I think my caliper thing, what did I do with it? It only goes up to like 110. Let's see what this says. I forget what it said. So yeah, roughly 110, which I guess some swim bait guys like that. I'm not sure how it doesn't. I mean, I can't bend it. I'm not trying super hard, but I wouldn't think you could crank. So pretty nice for as cheap as they are. That's pretty good. I'm just hoping they fit on that shorter. I definitely don't want anything over 100 millimeter for my swim bait rod. So these handles, as thick and nice as they kind of look right off the bat, I'd probably de-anodize them and polish them up if I was going to keep it, but it's simple enough to do, but I'm not going to. That's too long. I'm going to see if they'll fit on either these or one of my other, maybe on the Zillion, just see how big it looks. And if you don't know about these, I can talk more about these in the other video. So anyway, stay tuned, guys. A lot more coming in the next one, right around 6 p.m. Today's the 27th, Central Standard Chiefs Kingdom time. Thanks for watching. Gotta go.